Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Voters turn out to exercise their franchise in supplementary elections across the country. Exercise adjudged peaceful in many areas amid reported disruption of the process in Benue and Kano states. People's Democratic Party condemns attack on voters in Gama ward of Kano state, vows to track down perpetrators and bring them to justice. Family of National Security and Civil Defense Corps official Oga Jumbo, who died in police custody, demand justice as police promise fair handling of the case. Thousands of people march against Brexit in London, call for another EU referendum. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you. And go to youtube.com/channelsweb to see our videos. Watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. And besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature, so you can use it to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. Let's go live now to Kano State, where the collation of results is ongoing.
Pt.2. Okay. The total number of registered voters for the two areas is 3030. Number of accredited voters 2051. Following scores were obtained by the parties: A0, AA0, ABP0, ACD0, AD0, ADC1, AGA2, AGAB0, ANDP0. Sorry, I'll go back. AD is 0, ADC1, AGA2, AGAP0, ANDP0. No, I don't. I'm working. No. Yep. ANP0, APA4, APC 1969. APA is 4. APA 4. ANP 0. Yeah. APC 1969. 1969. Okay. APDA 1. APM 0. APP 0. BNP 0. CAP 0. DA 0. DPC 0. DPC 0. And FJP 0. Fresh 0. GDPN 0. GPN 0. HTP 0. ID 0. JMPP 1. KP 0. LP 0. LPN 0. MMN 0. MPN 0. NAC 0. NCP 0. NDLP 0. NEPP 0. NFD 0. NPM 0. NRM 0. NUP 0, PCP 2, PDC 0, PDP 39, PPA 1, PPC 0, PPN 0, then PRP 3, RP 0, SDP 0, SNC 1, SNP 0, UPC 0, UPN 0, and UPP 0, YPP 0, ZLP 0. Total valid votes 2024. 2024. Rejected votes 24. Total votes cast 2048. 2048.
Two more supplementary election stories now. Heavy security presence in the towns where elections were held in Plateau State may have contributed to the peaceful conduct of the exercise. Elections were held in 40 polling units across 19 registration areas in 9 local government areas of the state.
Eligible voters arriving at one of the polling units for the supplementary election. The early arrival of voting materials and the presence of security operatives are indications of what to expect here. True to it, the accreditation and voting proper began immediately with the card readers working optimally.
The process is going very well. We open poll on time. The materials are there and the voters are there. There's adequate security. Things are going well. The smart card reader is functioning. I haven't seen anywhere that it is been reported to be having any problems.
Some of the reasons adduced before now for the supplementary elections include the issue of overvoting and malfunctioning of card readers in some cases, leading to the cancellation of votes at some of the polling centers. This remains a concern to some of the voters.
If actually there is overvoting in a polling unit, I expect that authority, the law enforcement agents should arrest those officials, deal with them, try them in the law court. If 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 are found liable and convicted, there will be a deterrent to others and we will move forward.
In this main polling unit, we have 453.
As sorting and counting alongside collation of results continue, the voters are eagerly waiting for the final outcome of the Plateau State governorship election, with hopes that it would not be another inconclusive exercise.
We're not done with election stories yet, so let's switch gears to the constituency elections also conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, today. The elections held in 17 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, but voter apathy in a peaceful atmosphere appears to be the situation in most areas covered by our correspondents.
The March 9th governorship and State House of Assembly polls may have come and gone, but it left behind a setback in 17 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. So, to make amends, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is conducting supplementary elections in the states affected. In the Bejuleki area of Lagos State, polls opened for Constituency 1 of the State House of Assembly, and though the process was peaceful, some Lagosians want to see an improved electoral process.
Some people don't know the importance of coming out to choose a leader. And if a few people choose a leader for you, definitely that such leader will govern you. So we need, the government need to create more awareness and through the community leaders to let people know the importance of coming out to vote for a particular candidate in an election, during an election.
Next is Edo State, South Nigeria. The election for 12 units in Orienwa local government area got underway quite early as voters came out to cast their votes in an orderly manner.
They will have to learn with what has happened in the past election, when there was a lot of controversy, shooting of guns, fighting and all the rest. That was what actually led to the cancellation of all these units.
From Edo to Imo State, southeast Nigeria, elections into the House of Assembly is being held in 5 local government areas.
You can see the turnout is very poor because INEC did not give a wide publicity regards to this supplementary. And this is a village. A lot of people have gone to work or to farm. You understand me? So it's just people that are calling. You know, some will go from farm, they will come to do their voting.
Taraba State, northeast Nigeria, is different, as a high turnout of voters is seen, with some arriving the polling units before 6 a.m. The state constituency by-election is taking place in Usa and Adokola local government areas, and at the time of this report, collation had already begun. As the 2019 electoral cycle continues, the electorate say they want to see a closure to the State House of Assembly elections in a credible and transparent manner.
Joining us to further examine the conduct of today's supplementary election is an INEC National Commissioner, Dr. Mustapha Lekki. Great to have you on the News at 10.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Now, what's your impression of the elections conducted by INEC, which you're part of today?
For today's election, I think generally has been good. There are a number of markers we use in determining the goodness of an election. One is the opening of poll. I think the reports coming, shows that include our own INEC monitoring system, shows that, the polls were open at reasonably good time. In fact, by 9 a.m., from one of the reports I've seen, over 90% of the polls were open across the country, which is a good, way to start. The other issue is the issue of smart car radar. People didn't have much difficulty. Smart radar were performing fairly optimally, across. And then also, more importantly, is the issue of peaceful conduct of the polls. I think generally they were peaceful, except for some localized area that has been flagged. That's where we have some issues.
I was about to come there because I know that violence reports we got from our correspondent read its ugly head in Benue and Kano State.
Yeah, those are the 2 places where we've had some fairly serious issues of violence in Kano and Benue. And of course, that's a security issue, matter. But generally, I think the results, the election went very well. A coalition would have been concluded in the majority of places right now, except maybe for 1 or 2 places, I suspect.
But how would that affect the outcome of the polls? Because the coalition is already ongoing in Kano State, and there was violence there.
Well, this is supplementary election,
yes.
As you should know, in case our viewer also need to know. We cannot have 2 supplementary elections. Once we have the supplementary election, that is it. We're just going to go for the simple majority and conclude the election. We cannot say because there was a violent disruption that we have to reset the election again to come back another day. No, it is 0 for that area where we have issue with this. We just give them a 0 score and then move on because INEC cannot and the country should not be rewarding bad behavior. And all these disruptions are bad behavior. They're not conformist, and so we have to score those political polls area at 0 and then move on with the coalition.
But those disruptions were not carried out by the voters. Some of them were allegedly carried out by thugs.
Well, that's a security issue. INEC is not a security business. And, we may go further later to do the analysis about who are the members of the community. I mean, people will not go from across the state, I suppose, in this kind of election to go and cause, mayhem. So there'll be community members who have interest in that particular, poll, that particular constituency that will take such action because they believe it bears on them. So they have to bear the brunt of their action, which is illegal. So clearly, INEC cannot reward an illegality. And in this case, being a supplementary election, we just have to give them a 0 and then move on.
Now, finally, can you tell us the way forward in the case of Bauchi, where the court judgment on Tafawa Balewa local government area still persists?
Well, you have to know that in the case of Tafawa Balewa, there are 2 issues. There is the governorship election, which has not been concluded, and there was also the state constituency election, which is being concluded, which has been sorted out. And so we can't say anything much about that because, a party has gone to court on this matter and suspended, just like another state they went to court and suspended INEC action until that matter is all sorted out. Whenever it is sorted out, we'll go back and reset those elections.
Many thanks, INEC National Commissioner Dr. Mustafa Aleki. It was a pleasure having you on the News at 10.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Now let's go to Sokoto State, where collation is ongoing at the moment.
An intro. No.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zubair Yakubu, Coalition Officer, Gwadaba Local Government. With me, the EO Gwadaba Local Government. Aja, your name?
Hunduladi Ahmed Gondi.
Hunduladi Ahmed Gondi. Okay. So in this election in Gwadaba Local Government, we have only 2 polling units.
The code for the
okay. Gwadaba Local Government 07. Okay. The 2 polling units are Shir Hakimin Rafi with code 013.
The total is number of registered voters for the 2 units.
Yes. I just want to mention the...
No, not
okay.
unit by unit, but the total for the...
All right. So the total number of registered voters is 568. 568. Yes, for the 2 polling units. Oh, excuse me. The total number of accredited voters, 360. 360. Now the scores for the parties. Party A, the total is 0. Party AA, 0. AAP, 0. ABP, 0. ACPN.
Please repeat it.
All right. Okay.
Enter the figures twice.
All right. ACPN, 0. ACPN, 0. AD, 0. AD, 0. ADC, 0. ADC, 0. AGA, 0. AGA, 0. AGAP, 0. AGAP, 0. ANDP, 0. ANDP, 0. APA, 0. APA, 0. APC, 187. APC, 187. APDA, 0. APDA, 0. APGA, 0. APGA, 0. BNPP, 0. BNPP, 0. DA, 0. DA, 0. DPC, 0. DPC, 0. DPP, 0. DPP, 0. GDPN, 0. GDPN, 0. GPN, 0. GPN 0. ID 0. ID 0. JMPP 0. JMPP 0. KP 0. KP 0. LP 0. LP 0. MMN 0. MMN 0. MPN 0. MPN 0. MRDD 0. MRDD 0. NAC 0. NAC 0. NCMP 0. NCMP 0. NCP 0. NCP 0. NDLP 0. NDLP 0. NEPP 0. NEPP 0. NNPP 0. NNPP 0. MPC 0. MPC 0. NRM 0. NRM 0. NUP 0. NUP 0. PCP 0. PCP 0. PDC 0. PDC 0. PDP 163. PDP 163. PPA 0. PPA 0. PPN 0. PPN 0. SDP 0. SDP 0. SNC 0. SNC 0. SNP 0. SNP 0. UDP 0. UDP 0. UPN 0. UPN 0. UPP 0. UPP 0. WTPN 0. WTPN 0. YDP 0. YDP 0. YPP 0. YPP 0. ZLP 0. ZLP 0. Total valid votes 350. Total valid votes 350. Rejected votes 10. Rejected votes 10. Total votes cast 360. Total votes cast 360. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And those are live visuals from Sokoto State, where the collation and announcement of result is currently ongoing, and we'll be bringing you more updates about that and other states where the supplementary elections took place as soon as we get them. But staying in Sokoto State, our correspondent Kayla Megwa had earlier told us that security personnel were on the ground to maintain law and order as fears of a low voter turnout were allayed.
These voters here have been on the queue since the crack of dawn, waiting for the electoral process to begin. Foreign observers look on, watching to see if international best practices are adhered to. The card reader here hasn't worked since the officials got here, and they grapple with a solution to the problem for about an hour. Card readers sorted, and elections begin at 10 a.m. The elderly are assisted by the security personnel, and the women here, showing off their PVCs, can't wait to cast their votes. We make our way to Garka Kiaye polling unit, and elections go on smoothly. There is very little voter apathy here, and the security agents are on ground to keep the peace.
For now, we don't have any restrictions.
Was there any restriction of movement because of?
Oh, there is. But we will look at it that some of the areas we need to use it right now, if that's restricted, and if people must obey that law. Because honestly speaking, anytime from now, we make it. Because we do know that by the time when they started counting, most of this will not think that's an opportunity for them to come as advances. We take a measure on that. But we are taking a measure. But I'm really aware of that. And one of the places here, we have started making it. And by the time when, as time goes on, we'll see more reports for this security agencies.
With 22 local government areas, 135 polling units, and 75,403 votes hanging in the balance, we await the next phase of the process, the collation of results. Kayla Magwa, Channels Television News.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has reacted to the judgment of the Osun Election Petition Tribunal, which nullified the election of Governor Gboyega Oyetola. In a statement personally signed by him today, the former president commended the tribunal for the courage to nullify what he said was clearly an illegality. In its ruling on Friday, the tribunal had ruled that Governor Oyetola's election was null and void and returned Senator Ademola Adeleke as the duly elected governor of Osun State. In his reaction, the former president commended the three-man panel of judges which gave the ruling, although he noted that it was a first step in the legal process. He expressed delight that the ruling has given renewed confidence in the judiciary at a time he said there were coordinated efforts by some political leaders to undermine it. According to him, seeking redress through legal process is the right and proper thing to do in any decent society, and it must be encouraged by all. Wife of the slain officer of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps was allegedly killed by officers of the Nigerian police in Yanya, a suburb in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, is demanding justice for her husband. She insists that her late husband was dragged to the ground and beaten with batons by two police officers in the early hours of Wednesday. But the force public relations officer, Mr. Frank Umba, says the late Mr. Ochibo Jumbo slumped and died at the Yanya police station after interrogations over his involvement in a traffic offense.
On this road, we begin the journey to the home of late Jumbo Ochibo, an officer of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps who died some days ago. We arrive at his home to meet his wife and other relatives who are still mourning. It is few days after the incident, but the tears have not ceased. Mrs. Ochibo was with her husband on the day of the incident. She narrates what transpired on that fateful day.
They dragged my husband. If you see my husband too, you see enough bruises. That was what happened. The Nigerian police killed my husband. They killed my husband, leaving me a widow at the age of 36. Leaving me a widow at the age of 36 with my two children. This is Emmanuel Jumbo. This is Daniel Jumbo. He's 6, going to 7. This is supposed to be 3. He's 3 today. We planned a birthday party for him at the Millennium Park today. And they killed my husband.
They told the doctor in the hospital that they found him there on the floor. He slumped. So the doctor was like, I can't issue people any paper because this man has bruises all over him. You know, that was when we arrived I and my sister, we rushed there, and the doctor asked me, that, who are you to this man? I said, he's my elder brother. It was the police. Look at them. They beat him to death. So the doctor was amazed. I said, then why did you people tell me you found him on the floor? That was the exact what the doctor said. So he checked on him, he wore gloves on his hand, and checked and confirmed him dead.
We need justice. We don't agree. We don't agree. We don't agree.
Outside his home, members of the community protest the killing of a man whom they describe as peaceful and hardworking.
Ochigbo is a pillar in this community. He has no replacement. We all contribute in various ways, but his contribution is unique to him. We have no replacement. There is a gap that cannot be replaced.
He was said to have...
Although the police has a different version of the incident, the officers involved have been detained.
I was told that he drove himself personally to Nyanya police station. He walked down out of the car, and they took him to the charge room and began to ask him questions, simple preliminary questions. It was in that process that he suddenly slumped. They rushed him to hospital, where he was eventually confirmed dead.
While the wife of late Jumbo Ochigbo and other family members await justice on the matter, she can only be consoled by the comfort of her children, who will someday wipe her tears.
Meanwhile, the police force has condoled with the family of Ochigbo Jumbo, promising a fair and professional handling of the case. In a statement, the police spokesperson, Mr. Frank Umba, states that the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has ordered a comprehensive and speedy investigation into the circumstances leading to his death. While insisting that there will be no cover-up in the case, he adds that the IGP has given the assurance that everything humanly possible will be done to ensure that justice prevails. According to the police, the family of Mr. Jumbo have also been asked to nominate any medical doctor of their choice to witness the autopsy to be carried out at the appropriate time and venue. Still ahead on the news at 10, Kogi State edged past Lagos 42 points to 34 to win the 2019 National Under-18 Handball Championship. And that's on Sports News. Stay with us.